Hey friends, Susie Davis here. We are back at the Cornerstone Boutique in downtown Biloxi with my friend Rachel. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, Susie. It's so wonderful to see you, and welcome back, everybody. It's wonderful that you've joined me again.
We are going to talk about something super important today, and that is dressing for your body type, correct?
Yes, we call it dressing right for your type, and it was one of the foundations that I had in mind when I built this business here. And what that means to dress right for your type is there are 5 different body types, and your body type is based on your bone structure. So it doesn't actually matter if you lose or gain 20 pounds, you are still the same shape.
Right.
And so what we do is we help you determine what that shape is, and then we give you a 5-page printed guide, as well as we style you here in the store and get you on the right track for dressing in the way that is going to not only flatter you the most, but that you're going to feel the most comfortable physically and confident in your look.
Right. So one of the things that I love when I stepped in here for the very first time, Rachel did a one-over on me, not in a weird way or an uncomfortable way, but she immediately knew just by looking at me and looking at the type of clothes that I wear, what would be the most flattering for me. And I love that because when I come in here and shop, because I do come in here often, that you already know what you have in the store that is going to work best for Susie. So how do we go? What's the next step from somebody?
The process.
Yes.
So this here that I have, this is what we call a client card. And so a new client would make an appointment with me, and then we would measure their entire body. So these are all of the measurements that we take. As you can see, it's quite a few of them. And then I give them their body type, one of the 5, that they are categorized by. Now, some people like myself can kind of teeter on 1 or 2 shapes.
Right.
And so like I myself am 2 shapes, and then that way I kind of have both of those guides to kind of go along with. But this is something that the client also gets to keep, so it's great even if you're like ordering online, just to have your measurements.
That's a good idea.
And then it's based off of percentages is where we come up with what your shape is. So there are 5 different body shapes. So we have the pear, which is going to be a little bit more heavy on the bottom. We have the opposite, which is the inverted triangle, which is where your shoulder girdles are going to be a little bit wider in comparison to your waist and hips. We have the rectangle, which is our famous supermodels are all rectangles. So and it's going to be where the measurements are going to be more in sync with each other. We also have the apple, which is where the middle is going to be wider. And the hourglass, which is where the waist is going to be the smallest portion. And each body type has different cuts that are going to be more flattering.
Right.
As well as, so we take that into consideration also with the client's personal style. So I have heard it all, from I don't like circles to I don't want to show my arms. So we kind of take all of these things into consideration when helping someone. So my clients are 35 to 75 years old. They're well into their careers.
Right.
And oftentimes, like, I get a lot of medical professionals that have worn scrubs for 20 years.
And don't know what to do.
No idea. And they're like, okay, well, now I'm 40. I don't have the same style I had when 20 years ago when I had time to go and do. So I help my clients with zeroing it in to the one thing that's literally tailored to your body, and what's going to fit. How can we mix and match these pieces to get a whole wardrobe?
Right. Well, let's also think, you just talked about those people who go from scrubs to work attire. How about the moms going from leisure wear?
Yes.
Because leisure wear fits totally different than structured wear.
Yes, and I know how to dress a postpartum body.
Right. And I think that's a great thing as well.
Yeah, and I can accommodate, I have learned I can accommodate a nursing mom, I can accommodate a postpartum body. I have a lot of women that come in that have had like single mastectomies, and so we're dealing with wearing a prosthesis and needing a formal gown. And so I can take like, you tell me what it's got, I'm gonna roll with it for you. Like, I am gonna get you a dressing room full of clothes that are gonna give you some choices, and we're gonna talk about how they fall, how they're gonna photograph, and make sure that you look and feel your most confident.
That is something that I get every single time I come in here. I walk out, even on a bad day, I walk out, wow, I just found some things. Because I think that's like the one frustration for a woman when you're shopping is, I didn't find anything that fit me right. Fit me right is really, are you pulling, you may be gravitating to something that looks great on the hanger, right?
Yes, and that's a good rule of thumb. The uglier it is on the hanger, the better it looks on. It works every time. And it's so funny, I have pieces that will come in that I'm like, just try it on. Just try it on.
You
Just
do say
roll
that.
with
You do
it.
say that.
And then also, one thing I try to take care to do is I try on every single style that comes in. I try it on, so I know how it fits.
Right.
And you tell me I'm coming on my lunch break and I have a formal dinner I'm going to on Friday, I'm gonna have that dressing room lined up in things that are your size, that are gonna benefit, gonna flatter you, and get you taken care of, and have that like extra customer service and that style, like someone to style you,
Right.
and take into account your preferences as well.
The thing that I want to leave on is the fact that when you're coming in and you're doing all that, like, you already know what that brand, how it runs. So
Yes.
it may say small, right?
Right.
But it may not run like a true small. It may run larger, it may run bigger.
Yes.
And I know you've shared those words with me before.
Exactly, and depending on the cut as well, someone that has the same measurements as me, I have a client, we are the exact same measurements, but she is 5'10" and I am 5'2". So,
Right.
so we pull different sizes based off of that. And so she shops with me a lot, and so that's just something I'm able to do and coach people on, stop looking at that size.
I love that. Friends, we're kind of running out of time on this, but if you want to get a better idea of what fits for you, come visit my friend Rachel. Schedule an appointment with her, and let's make your shopping experience amazing.